Hello, my dear lovely viewers. You're most welcome to yet another episode of Psychology, where we learn more about African music and instruments in particular. In our previous episode, we looked at the Adungu and all its components. I'm sure by now you know all the parts of the Adungu. And in today's episode, we shall dive straight away into the tuning of the Adungu, like how I promised you in the previous episode. By the end of this video, you will have learned how to tune your instrument and ready to play your first song on this lovely instrument called the Adungu. Without wasting any more time, grab your instruments and get ready. It is the tuning pegs that enable you tune your instrument. So when we are tuning, you either tighten the string or loosen it up in order to either increase the pitch or reduce the pitch respectively. For example, if I'm tuning this string and I want to make it sound at a higher pitch, I will tighten this tuning peg. You realize the pitch is increasing, and if I want to reduce the pitch, I loosen. You get that? So you'll agree with me, different string instruments have different patterns and ways of how the instruments are tuned. But we won't go into those details. Let's just focus on the Adungu. An Adungu being an African instrument, you obviously expect it to be tuned in a pentatonic scale. And trust me, you're absolutely right about that. However, the Adungu has other provisions of other scales depending on what exactly the performer wants. The most famous scale that we use on the Adungu is the major diatonic scale, or what you would call the Ionian mode. So I know you're wondering how the major diatonic scale finds its way on an African instrument, right? If you remember in the previous episode, we talked about the Adungu originating from DRC, a country that borders Uganda in the west. As we all know, DRC was colonized by the French, who also came with their music instruments. Amongst all the instruments the French came with, the Congolese were more attracted to the guitar, cause it produced a sound that was similar to their Adungu. But unfortunately, they were not able to make their Adungus sound like the guitars. Later on, these Congolese musicians discovered that the guitar had some extra pitches that the Adungu didn't have. And these pitches were the Fa and the T. So a brief explanation. We all know that the pentatonic scale has only 5 notes, which is a Do, Re, Mi, So, and a La. Do, Re, Mi, So, La. So the extra pitches that we are missing in this scale were the Fa and the T. So when we incorporate these two extra pitches onto the pentatonic scale, we get the major diatonic scale, which is Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti. You get it? So with this discovery, the Congolese were able to manipulate the Adungu and make it sound like the guitar, with the use of the chords built on the major scale. So first listen to this, you realize that this sounds like more of a guitar, looking at the chords, the progressions, and the melodies. So you realize that these are typical Western chords. In harmony, we call them chord 1, chord 4, chord 5. We shall have a session and understand how these chords are built on the Adungu. So let me play it again. realize that there is something similar to what a guitar can play. Most of you know about Congolese music and how it sounds, and how they're really so prolific with their guitars, especially the solo guitar. So when I play something like this, so you realize that this sounds like more of a Congolese playing a guitar. So now let's proceed to the tuning. Like as I said, we tune the Adungu basing on the major diatonic scale. So I have my instrument here which is slightly off tune. We are going to tune it together. So if I take this first string as my do, then my second string will be a re, o, do, re. You see that? Do, re. Then the next one should be a mi, do, re, mi. Then you go to a fa, mi, fa. So from a fa, we proceed to a so. Fa, so. You see that? Fa, so. Then to a la, so, la. Then you go to a ti, la, ti. Then to a do. So we have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So in brief, that is how we tune the Adungu. I must say at this point you're ready and qualified to begin playing tunes on your instrument. Let's meet in our next episode where we shall get hands on our instrument and start off with our journey of playing the Adungu. If you missed our previous sessions or you would like to go back and revisit what we talked about, just tap on the links in the description below. They will get you right there. Please don't forget to like, comment and share. And if you're new to this page, just hit that subscription button and the notification bells such that you don't miss out on our weekly packages. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.